Testing, 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 testing. Testing, testing. Okay, I think we got action. Testing, testing. Yay. I don't know what happened earlier today, but we did not have audio. So we're going to try this again today. So give me a second to set it up on my app. Hope everybody's doing well. So just let me know where you're from in the chat. If you're new to me, you can let me know that as well. Or if you're an OG, you're one of my design cousins. Last live was earlier today, and there was absolutely no sound. And my Zoom did not record. So yeah, about that. So let's see. Behind the design. Raw and my computer, what you doing? And Uncut. So just bear with me. Behind the design, raw and Uncut. Go live now. Share screen. Share sound. All right, I think we're in action. So let me check the sound over in my app. Hey, Kinsey. Can you let me know in the chat if you can hear me? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me, and I'm gonna check on my app as well. Share sound. Let's see what we hitting on. Join as viewer. Testing, testing. Let's see what we hitting on. All right. I think we're good. All right. So welcome again to this design tutorial. I was trying to go live earlier and was not able to. I mean, well, I was, but there was no sound. So can y'all let me know if you can hear me? Like I can hear myself again, but I just want to make sure that you all can as well. So if you can let me know in the respective chats if you can hear me or not, that would be amazing. Please and thank you. Let me know in the chats if you can hear me. Membership app, can y'all hear me? You can hear me. Okay, I'm gonna keep on going. So hi everybody, B Marquita here, founder of Designing Made Easy and CEO of B Marquita Designs and the Backdrop Club. So today I am going to be designing a flyer for my niece. Earlier today I did a backdrop. I'm gonna try to do a voiceover over it because I do have a version that was saved in my app. There's just no sound. So I'm gonna try it again later on. Very frustrating, but here we are. I'm pushing through it, making it do what we want to do, what we got to do. Because I said I was gonna go live today, and I want to make sure that you have, training today. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up my GIMP program. So here it is. And why can't I see my menu? Please don't be weird, computer. We made it. There's the design I made earlier on live. Here we go. So I'm gonna design in GIMP for majority of the time today, just because it's a little bit faster and I know kind of what I have in mind, and I'm gonna be able to do more of the features that Canva does not offer. So for flyers, you first need to know the dimensions that you're going to be using to design. So we need to decide on the dimensions for this flyer. And this just is going to be like a standard 4x6 style flyer. So I have a template already set up. I'm going to go over here to my menu bar, go to File, Open. And then I'm going to go to my templates and I'm going to go to my flyer template because I already have one made. So it includes my watermark as well as my logos. And then I'm going to, oop, I just hit the microphone. Sorry if that was loud. Then I'm going to rename this file so that I don't override it. So go to File again, Save As. And then I'm going to go to my Open Orders folder. And then I'm going to rename this file. So I usually name it after the customer, first and last name, what it is, and then usually who the flyer is for. Click on Save. All right, so if you look across the top of this window, you will now see that this file is now named Kiera Tate Flyer, Ray 13th birthday. So the next thing we need to do, let me turn off my watermarks because I don't need those showing right now. Next thing I need to do is go in and grab the images that I want to add, because we're going to go in and remove the backgrounds from those images that we want to use. So we're going to be editing photos and eliminating backgrounds. So I have those over here in my Google Drive. So I'm just going to open those. And then I'm going to download them. Not sure which pictures I'm going to use just yet, so I'm going to go ahead and download all of them. Okay. And then I am like a multi-platform designer. So I am going to be using my Canva Pro account to go in and remove the backgrounds. Now you can design fully in GIMP and you can design fully in Canva, and you will get a finished product either way. But I like to use some of the pro features in Canva and just bring them over to GIMP for what I can't do. Because in GIMP, they don't have AI background removal. You have to do it manually using the free select tool. They used to be my favorite tool, but now with the ease of Canva and now that it's better, because the background removals used to be real janky. I'm not gonna say necessarily Canva, but remove.bg, which is another website that removes background. It used to be kind of janky and it wasn't as clear. So that's what I used to use when I alternated between manual and AI. Um, and you can still use remove.bg, but now that I have a Canva Pro account, it's just kind of pointless for me to use remove.bg nowadays. So then I have this document over here in Canva, and I just named it removed backgrounds because this is where I just go in and use this document to upload my pictures and download without the backgrounds. So here's the images from earlier today, but I'm going to go to upload files after I click on uploads. I'm going to go to my downloads folder, and then I'm going to select these by holding down shift and clicking on the first and last one, and then click on open. So let them finish loading here. All right, so here they all are. So I'm just gonna click on one, add a new page, add another one, add a new page, click to add another image, and then add a new page, and the last one. So then I'm just gonna go through and remove the backgrounds for all of these. Let's see how well it does with this gradient background and if it's gonna keep the balloons or not. So let's see. Canva Pro feature on this big menu bar is going to say BG Remover. You can see the crown with it. That's how we know it's Canva Pro. So it's going to start removing that background. Okay, that actually wasn't too bad. I might actually remove the balloons. I don't know yet. So BG Remover here as well. Go to the next one, BG Remover. This one is taking a while for some reason. There we go. And then this one as well. Okay, I actually wasn't expecting it to keep that 13, but cool beans. So if you didn't want any of the stuff that was in here, you could just go to that image And then scroll over to the left-hand side and go to Magic Media. Oop, not Magic Media. Sorry. We're going to click on Edit first and go to Magic Studio. So not Magic Media. That's going to be for creating the AI images. You need to go to Edit first and then go to Magic Studio. And then you can go to the Magic Eraser. Using your brush or either clicks, you can then go in here and select the remaining images that you don't want to keep. And then just click on erase. And it will erase the selection. But I'm gonna do it in GIMP. It's a little bit easier over there. For some reason, my mouse, like my cursor goes super, super slow. And I accidentally start selecting other stuff over here in Canva. So I'm just going to do my editing after I've removed the backgrounds over in GIMP. So I'm going to go to share because now I need to download these images without the background. I'm going to go to download, make sure PNG is selected because we need the transparent background. And we also need to click the checkbox for the transparent background. And then I'm going to go to download. And it's going to create a compressed zip file. So once it's done downloading, I'm going to just click on this zip file. And you can see here's the 4 images. And then I'm just going to go to extract all. Extract again. And here are those images. So let me click on GIMP, get that screen all open. Let me go back to where those images were extracted. Hold down Shift as you click the first and last one. And drag it over. And I did click on the bottommost layer so that they are towards the bottom underneath the logo. I'm going to move that logo back up. All right, so here are my images. And if you've been with me for a while, you know that I'm a little OCD. So I don't like all the extra space between the foreground and the boundary of each layer. For one, it's easier to select layers once you crop them down. And secondly, it saves space. So your design file isn't as large and it saves space on either your desktop or your USB or wherever you have your images saved. So I'm just going to go through each of these over here in our layers dot. Then I'm going to go to the menu and go to layer, crop to content. So that brought that boundary just to the contents of that layer. Click on the next one. You can see here's the boundary out again outside of the canvas. Layer, crop to content. I'm just turning off the visibility as well by hitting the eyeball. Go to the next one, layer, crop to content. And then the last one, layer, crop to content. So here are all of the images. Let's go ahead and save. And before I start moving these images around on my canvas, I'm going to go ahead and start adding some text. So now it's time to style and structure your design. So over here on the left-hand side, the first half, the top half is your toolbox. And below in the bottom half are your tool options for each tool in your toolbox. So let's go to our toolbox, to the bolded capital A, to the text tool. And then you'll see that your tool options change based on the tool that was selected. You can change the font. If you click on that square, you'll see all the fonts that are saved on your device. You can change the size, as well as the color, justification, and the spacing. So I'm actually going to look for like a sporty or like a collegiate type of font. So I'm going to go to my fonts, and these are saved on your device again. So don't be looking crazy if I select the font that you don't have. That's because I've installed it to my computer and it's now available in, yeah, I kind of want to do this ESPN style font, but it's a jersey party as well. So I'll just go like the jersey type of font, which is freshman or collegiate. And then all you have to do is choose a color. You can do it at the end too. Um, Actually, I'll do that. I'll go ahead and start typing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put, what did she want me to say? Or did she specify? I might have free reign, so let me see. Mm, okay, so this is a love and basketball theme. I forgot about that. She did. She told me that was the theme. I was about to wing it. So Jeralen's Love and Basketball, Part 13. So what I'm gonna do, since it's love and basketball, let me see what that movie cover looks like. Love and basketball movie. So I can actually use this as inspiration. So what if I do like the love and basketball font? I'm trying to remember what that font was. I think I have it downloaded. So love and basketball movie font. I feel like I have a very similar font already saved. I had to play around with it. So I'm thinking like the love and basketball up here with like the rip and then a photo of her and then another photo of her and then a photo in the background. Okay, I'm kind of getting excited. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and type in her name. I'm going to do it in all caps. Jerayland. Let me zoom in. Let me turn off this image. I'm going to do another text layer. Love and basketball. As you can see, it's getting cut off. We can go in and highlight, scale it down, just so we can see what's going on. You can also change the font here, make it bold, italicized, underline, or you can strike through. And you can also change the color here as well. So that's another way to change the color. But I'm going to go in and see if I can't find a similar font, because I don't remember the name of the font off the top of my head. Oh, wait a minute, is that close? Oh no, not at all. Let's see. I can always change it later after the live stream if I don't find it right away. Let's see. And it's been a long time since I've done a love and basketball theme. So I really don't remember off the top of my head what that font was called. I like that one though, even though my end symbol isn't working with that font. I'm gonna give it like 30 more seconds to try to find it. Because I know I got it. I just don't remember what it's called. Is it this one? Let me do it in caps and let's see. Love. Ooh, that's close. If it ain't. We gonna use it for now. That's real close. So it's called Chiller Semi Expanded. So Jeralen's Love and Basketball, and then part 13. I'm gonna go back to this font, my freshman. So I think that's gonna be the theme, freshman and chiller. And then I'm just gonna put part 13. I need to make this all caps. Okay. And this can be smaller as well. All right, so let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Jeralen's Love and Basketball, part 13. All right. So let's work on this little ripped effect. Sorry, I just had a brain fart. I'm sorry. I'm like, where did my brain just go just then? Okay. So for the background color, it's probably going to be blue. So I'm going to go in here, choose a blue that I want my background to be. So I'm going to go to my bucket fill tool in my toolbox. I'm going to go to my color pickers in between my toolbox and my tool options. Click on the active foreground color. And if you go all the way to the right, about 2/3 down, there's a color picker tool called the eyedropper. If you click on it, you can select anything on your screen and get the color of it because your mouse is going to turn into a crossbar. You just click on it to choose. And then you can play around with the different hues of that color. But here is the HTML notation of that color. So now that's my active foreground color. So I'm going to go to the very bottom and add a background. So if I go over here on my layers dot, select the bottommost layer, And then across the bottom, the very first icon, click on Create New Layer. And then I'm going to put blue background. That's the layer name. Go down, go down, go down. Fill with, change it to the foreground color. Click on OK. Move it down. And I can turn that visibility back off for now. And then I need to find like a ripped paper. So let me see if I can find ripped paper PNG. And this one is pretty straight across, no curve or anything. So let's go to images. Let's see which one is going to be the best. I think I'm going to go with this one. All right, so it has a transparent background. I'm going to just copy it. Come back over here to GIMP. So this is a little harder to do in Canva. So I'm glad I am over here in GIMP actually, because I didn't plan to go this design direction, but here I am. So I'm going to go to edit since I did control copy. So edit on the menu bar, paste as new layer. And then we're going to increase the size. And we can always adjust this later if need be. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click on this paper layer. Actually, let me rename it first. Ripped paper. So I just double clicked in there and started typing to change the name of the layer. I'm going to right click on that layer. At the very bottom of this pop-up, go to alpha to selection. So it's going to turn on the marching ants, aka this moving dotted line. And there's a mosquito singing in my ear. Go away, please. Then with that selected, we're going to click on the blue background layer. And I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard. Or if you're on Mac, you're going to go to edit on the menu bar and then clear. So it looks like it didn't do anything. But if you look over here in your layers dock, you will see that it cut it out. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to select on the menu bar and then none to turn off the marching ants. And then we can turn off the visibility of the ripped paper. So now we have this image that's cut out. So it's the shape of the ripped paper that's cut out of the background. All right, so let's see which image we want to actually put in our background. Hmm, maybe this one and this one. We'll see. Let's play with it. So actually, I'm going to remove the balloons and stuff from this image, I believe. But let's scale it down first. So use your scale tool. Scale down. So it looks like a small square pointing down to a larger square. I'm going to use my move tool, move it over. And let's move this all the way down below our background layer. Okay, let's see about this one. I feel like this is going to be the main image. Scale it down. Move it to the corner. You can actually align it too next to the move tool. If you click on align, it looks like a bar graph, and then click on the layer that you want to align. You'll see the squares in each corner. That's how you know it's selected. So I'm going to go to the left and then to the bottom so that'll align it perfectly. Let's see what else we got. We got the one with the 13 in the background. That actually might work pretty well. Let's move that one down too. I feel like both of these with her sitting is kind of redundant. Let's see. I really like this picture of her too. Maybe that'll be the main picture. Decisions, decisions. Raw and uncut. Hmm. Move it down behind everything. Okay, so I think I'm gonna change it back. I'm gonna Control Z to undo. Only reason is because the balloons are cut off on the one that I just moved to the bottom. So at the top, I don't like hard lines. So I can do that maybe. Or maybe I'll just take the balloons off altogether. I could do that as well. You know what? I think I am going to do that. So I'm going to remove the balloons from all of the images. So I'm going to turn off the visibility of everything so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to hold down Shift and the plus key to zoom in. So I can either use my erase tool with a hard brush and erase, or I can use that free select tool that I was talking about that you can use for the background removal. You can also do it here. So I'm going to make sure that my anti-aliasing is on and my feather edges is on. And then I'm just going to click as close to her face as possible and drag around. So the more you zoom, the better your selection is going to be. So I'm literally just clicking and moving my mouse. You don't have to drag the mouse to use this tool. And if you mess up, just drag that point. And you want to be just inside of the edge of the foreground of that picture. Because if you get right at the edge or outside of it, it's going to give a very weird glow effect that we don't want. Zoom out by hitting the minus key. Click outside of the selection. Zoom back in so I can get these streamers from the balloons. Go around the ball. So this part is a little tedious. So I may not do all of the balloons today. We'll see if we have time. All right, let's go back to that first node. Click on it. We're going to know that the selection is created because of the marching ants. Hit delete on our keyboard, or if you're on Mac, edit clear, and then go to select on the menu bar, none. So you see I did kind of leave a little blue glow effect. So I can go in and clean it up. And then I'm going to get rid of these streamers because they were connected to the balloons. Hit delete on my keyboard or edit clear if you're on Mac. Zoom out. I'm going to get rid of this balloon too. I'm going to just use my erase tool. Snag that real quick. And you can see the extra space left over. Layer crop the content. Alrighty. Yep, the balloon's gonna bother me. I was gonna try to skip it, but no, I gotta clean them up. So let me zoom back in, go in and clean each of these up. This one shouldn't be too difficult because it's not going around the details of her face too much. Pre-select tool. If this girl don't look like her daddy, that's crazy. Her mama didn't stand a chance. But is that how it usually goes with girls? All right, let's find the starting point. Delete. Delete. Oh, the wrong layer was selected. Make sure the right layer is selected so that that works. And then select none. So over here in the layers window, I had the wrong layer selected. Layer crop the content. Let's do the next one. Let's move it over so we can see the full picture. Same thing with these balloons. And again, you can do this in Canva using Magic Studio, the Magic Erase tool. My cursor just started going super duper slow though, for some reason in Canva, even without me being on Zoom. It's real weird. And go out, select outside, go back into the starting point, delete or edit clear, select none, layer crop the content, and let's grab that last one. There were no balloons here, so I actually might keep that 13. Yeah, I like that a lot better. without the balloons. Now I'm just scaling for sizing. Okay, let's grab that first image, turn it back on. I'm gonna actually get rid of that stoop though on this picture. I don't like that step. So just a little more. So like that whole little stoop, stoopy doop doop. Delete, select none, layer crop the content. Let's go ahead and save while we're here on our menu bar. I'm gonna zoom into the window. Okay, I'm feeling it. Turn my text layers back on. I think I want to shrink her name. Move my love and basketball up. Part 13, that actually can be a lot smaller. What y'all thinking so far? I probably should have did my paper a little higher, my little rip a little higher. So yeah, let's do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take this whole blue background layer, move it up just below the 13, use my alignment tool to center it, and then I'm gonna add another background layer. And then I'm gonna crop it just to cover the bottom. And then I'm gonna merge these two layers together. So now we're back to just one layer. And then we can move these up to fill in the space. Now I'm trying to see what I want to do with this background. I know there's going to be text there, but I want to do something with this background that's a little different. Mm, let's see. Let's do like a stadium or an arena. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT and see if it can create me something real quick. So create an image of a black and white or grayscale basketball arena with royal blue lights. So let's see what it creates. In the meantime, I'm going to start adding the details of the party here. So let's say we got the who, what, when. So it's going to be Saturday. Oh, same color. So let's change this to white so we can see it. So it's going to be Saturday. Is that the 13th? Yeah. So Saturday. There we go. I was like, it's not typing. Saturday. Change the font over here so we don't have to keep changing it. I wonder how it's going to look with the chiller font. So chiller, September. Or maybe I need to do mm, September 13th. And then the time is going to be 7 to 10. I feel like I want to make this like a scoreboard or something too at the same time. But I don't know what that's going to look like. Saturday, 7 to 10 p.m. And then we're going to put the address, who, what, when, where. I'm gonna not put the city, not to saying that you all are creeps, but there are some creepy people out here on the interwebs. Dress code is jersey attire. Dress code, jersey attire. Okay, okay. I'm definitely gonna add something else to this blue. I just don't know what yet. If y'all have ideas, let me know in the chat. Let me save. Let me go check on chat. Ooh, okay. Let's see how we can get this to fit in the background. So I'm just gonna right click and copy image. And then I'm gonna go back over here to GIMP. Let's go to the very bottom, click on that blue layer, and then we're gonna go to right click. Lord, sorry. We're gonna go to edit, paste as new layer. We need to move it down one actually. Let's scale this up to fit the width. You can either use the scale tool and drag the corners up, or since we know the dimensions are 3000 by 4500, I forgot to mention that earlier when I was telling y'all I had a template for the flyer. So that size dimension is 3000 by 4500. So 3000 by 4500 pixels. So this actually needs to be moved to the very bottom. I almost feel like this stadium needs to be the main part of the blue. So let's see what that actually looks like. And I'm moving my logo down real quick. Okay, so let's actually see what that looks like. So I'm gonna duplicate this layer just so we have another copy. Turn off the original. Let's stretch this to fit the full size. So height 4500. Use my alignment tool to center it and put it in the middle. Then I'm gonna move this up above the blue layer. I'm gonna right click the blue layer, alpha to selection, because that's what we want to select. Ooh, that's gonna be cute. Okay, I think I like this better. So I right click the alpha to selection, then click on the pasted layer of the stadium, and then hit delete on our keyboard. Oh, nope, I forgot to invert. So select invert, and then hit delete on our keyboard, and then select none. So now, what color should this be? Because I kind of like that. I like her being on this basketball court. It looks real realistic too. Maybe just black or blue? Let's see. Let's do a foreground and a background. So I'm gonna go to the very bottom, create a new layer. So let's do the blue background. So that's gonna be the foreground color. Let's create another one. Let's do a black background. And we're gonna do that the background color. Hmm. Decisions, decisions. Decisions, decisions. Hey, Shamithia. Probably that blue, huh? Oh, I like the black too. Oh, I don't know. Hmm. Oh no. I don't know. Oh my gosh. But anyway, while I'm thinking about that, I'm going to add some outlines. Those of you who know me. I'm kind of like an outline and shadow queen. So I'm gonna start from the top. And then I want her name to be white. Let's see what her name looks like a different color. Mm, let's do an outline. Let me see if I like it or not. So right click on that layer, alpha to selection, and then we're gonna go to select grow. Choose the size. It's going to depend on the font style, font size, canvas size, and how thin or thin you want your outline to be. So you can always play around with that if you don't like it. Just do edit undo and then go to select grow again and choose a different number. So create a new layer. Let's do a black outline and then I'm going to do a white one. So instead of doing fill colors, we're going to do transparency here at the bottom. Choose black as the foreground color. Use my bucket fill tool to click inside of the marching ants. Move this layer down because I forgot to do that. Select none and turn off the marching ants. And then layer crop to content. Let's right click on the black outline layer. Alpha to selection. Select grow. I'm going to stick to 20. Grow. And we're going to change this to a white outline. Transparency. Click on OK. Bucket fill tool, let's change our foreground color to white because we want it to be white. Click inside of the selection. Move it down. Select none and turn off the selection. And layer crop to content. I feel like this almost needs to be black. For real, for real. But let's see. Do I want my text layers to be stacked on top of each other? Or no? I don't know why I was thinking this was a backdrop. So I can get a little closer to the edges with a flyer. Backdrop. Don't go all the way to the edges for sure. Okay. Um, let me see what this looks like. Black text with a blue and white outline. So I'm gonna duplicate her text layer as well as the black outline as well as the white outline. So let's do the duplicate. Go to our text tool, click on it, pop up, change it to black. And then let's do a white outline. For this layer. So bucket fill tool, click inside of the selection. And then let's do blue outline here. So flip this to the active foreground, click inside of the selection. Oh yeah, I like that. I like. Okay. Let's see if I want to do the part 13, blue or black. Probably the same way. So let's do the black. Let's create an outline. Select grow, create a new layer. So white outline, move it down, make that the foreground color. Bucket fill tool. Turn off the selection. Or actually we can go select grow again. No, because I need to crop it. So select none, layer crop to content, right click, alpha to selection, select grow. Now let's do a blue outline. Change it to the foreground color. Move it down. Oh yeah, select none. Layer crop to content. Let me save. I haven't saved in a while. I like it. Let's do like a glow effect around this love and basketball. I'm gonna duplicate it just because I like to have original layers. Let's do filters on our menu bar. And then we're gonna go down to light and shadow in the second section. And then let's do like a glow effect with the drop shadow. Let's change it to the blue. Increase the blur radius. Oh, let me turn my preview on so we can see for one. Increase the opacity. If we want it perfectly centered, we just go to 0 here for the X and Y axis. And then you can increase or decrease the radius, increase or decrease the opacity, kind of like that. I'm going to do the same thing for these layers that have the same font style. So that's September 13th. Filters, and I'm actually going to repeat the drop shadow. The address, filters, repeat. Oh, you can't even see that because it's blue on blue. I'm also going to change this to black because I'm feeling this black with the white and blue outlines for real, for real. Change this to black. Oop, didn't mean to click on that. Change that to black. Uh-huh, uh-huh. I'm gonna change this to black as well. Nah, never mind. Undo, edit, undo, Control Z. All right, so let's add more outlines to the Saturday as well as the time. So Saturday, right click, alpha to selection. I'm going a little faster now. Select grow, white outline, white foreground, bucket fill. Click inside of there, select none, layer crop the content, move it down. Let's do the same thing for the 7 to 10. Alpha to selection, select grow, white outline, good, move it down, bucket fill tool selected, click, select none, layer crop the content. All right, so now let's add that double outline. Or do we really need it? Let's see. Let's add to our white outline, alpha to selection, select grow. So again, in Canva, you can only do single outlines, or if you duplicate the layers, like the text layers, and do an outline function on each, it kind of distorts the text, so it may not fit exactly how it is here, if that makes sense. So it doesn't keep the original size of the text layers, basically what I'm saying. So blue outline, move it down, blue foreground, bucket fill tool, click inside of the marching ants, select none, layer crop the content. Yeah, you can barely see that thing. But since we're here, I'll go ahead and do it again. So it gets real redundant. It looks like we did a lot, but we really just did the same steps several different times. So now I'm just going to inspect my design, make sure that everything looks good. I think I do want to change this font though, because they're white and white under each other. It's kind of bothering me. Let's do a long shadow in white. Mm-mm. Let's do an outline. That wasn't hitting on what I needed to hit on. White outline again. Move it to the foreground color, bucket fill tool, inside of the marching ants. Select none. Oh yeah, that's better. Layer crop the content. So then you can always add more stuff, more graphics, but I'm gonna actually move all this stuff down. So I'm going to connect everything that's below the ripped paper, including all of the outline layers. And hopefully I got them all. And just to move it down, just a tinch. And I actually think this is super duper cute. So now what we need to do is we need to inspect and then get this ready to send to the customer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on all my watermarks. I have a white and a black. The white will show up on the darker colors, the black will show up on the lighter colors. But I just turned down the opacity of each one. Over here in our layer stack, there's a bar across the top that says opacity. Right now it's at 100%. If you just click on a lower number, it'll kind of fade it out a little bit. There's my logo, Love and Basketball. And we just want to make sure that we've cropped everything to the contents. So we're looking for that yellow and black boundary for all of the layers. So far, so good. I think I'm going to do a black shadow on this one. So I'm going to edit the text layer. Ungroup it so I can move it independently. And then go to filters, light and shadow, drop shadow. I'm going to keep the black, but increase the opacity. Click on OK. All right. September's cropped. The time, all its layers are cropped. The rip paper is turned off. Here's that stadium. We can actually turn this blue off or get rid of it altogether. Our images are placed strategically. There's our black background. I'm going to get rid of this blue background for both of those. And get rid of this layer that I don't need as well. So I can also get rid of the rip paper layer. So you want to have your layer stack as clean as possible. You don't really need too much extra to cut down on confusion. All right, so let's go to File, Save. And then what I do is I usually use my snip tool to cut out the image instead of exporting it right now. And then this will be the image that I send to my customer for approval. Now, if we're ready to get this printed, oh, you can see my part 13 is a little too close to the edge. So I would technically move this over. I didn't pass that part of the inspection, huh? A little too close for me. All right, so then I would just go to File, Save Again. And then we're going to go to File, Export As. And for flyers, a JPG is just fine. So you're going to make sure that the ending is JPG. If you like, you can do PDF or PNG, but JPG is just fine. All you have to do is go to the end, remove the last three letters, change it to JPG, PNG, or PDF, and then click on Export. I forgot to turn off the watermark. So if this is print ready, make sure you turn off your watermark because you don't want to print your watermark. Now you're going to go to File, Export As, JPG, click on Export. And then in a second, you'll get another pop-up that's going to ask you to export. There it is. And that would be the file that you use to print. Now, don't worry about this boundary. It's not going to show up. This is just a design file. In fact, if I open up the exported file, you will see here that that boundary is not showing. It won't show any boundaries on the actual flattened image. So there it is. This is what you will use to print or send to the printer, whatever vendor you're going to use to get it printed. All right. So did y'all enjoy that tutorial? If you did, I do want to tell you about my Designs to Dollars Bootcamp that starts on September 9th. So this is just in time for fourth quarter. So for those of you who have been under a rock, the fourth quarter is where a lot of sellers and designers make the bulk of their money. The very end of the year. I can't believe it's almost the end of the year already. Um, so we're going to be covering, because it's still back to school. Some people haven't even gone back to school yet. People who start school after Labor Day, they still could be getting custom products or just, spirit shirts or whatever you want to do. Banners, specialized bags, all that kind of stuff. I know a lot of schools are going to clear bags now, so that may be neither here nor there. But also in fourth quarter, there's the holidays like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, New Year's, and then there's all of the sporting events. It's football season, so you can do all of the parent shirts, the athlete shirts, jerseys, hoodies, sweatshirts. There's homecomings, football homecomings. Most basketball seasons start in fourth quarter, so you can do all the same things. The mom of number 12, dad of number 2, um, cheer squad, hoop squad. Like you can do all of the apparel. Like this is time. And then there's also Black Friday. So you need to be set up if you are not already. So for real, you should have started in July, getting ready for Black Friday, but it's not too late. So you can set up your stores, get ready for online selling, get all your payment processors, get everything set up, and we're going to be covering that in the Designs to Dollars Bootcamp. Again, it's going to kick off September 9th. So we're going to go from design idea to finished product to live store so that you're ready to profit. Again, get ready for Black Friday, holiday season, sports season that are with products that are ready to be sold once you create them. You don't need fancy print equipment. You can use print-on-demand vendors who do the printing and the shipping for you. So we're going to be cutting out the fluff, the confusion, the guesswork. It's going to be step by step. So again, learn how to turn idea to a print-ready professional design and then get it printed. Shirts, backdrops, banners. I just did an invite. So many different things. As long as you know the dimensions, you can design pretty much anything. So you have to make sure that you have those dimensions though, so that you can get set up quickly and correctly. And then how to set up and list your products on Etsy, Shopify, and other platforms. You're going to prepare your store with listings for quarter four. Again, all the stuff that I mentioned. We're going to go over pricing, mock-ups, strategies to sell consistently, who is for people like you, creators ready to stop stalling. Because I know a lot of y'all are like, can I do it? Can I do it? Yes, you can. And finally launch or grow your design hustle. And a matter of fact, let's get out of the hustle mentality. Let's become CEOs and top tier members of your business. So event designers, party stylists, product sellers who want to also keep their profit in-house. So if you learn how to design on your own, you can cut out the designer. Because I know my design fee can get a little hefty. But people pay it because they don't know how to design or they're just not willing to learn how to design. And that's okay too. But if you're one of those people who want to learn how to design and cut out the designer, here you go. So again, key features, 8 live implementation sessions. Implementation sessions. Implementation sessions. So these are going to be interactive, not passive, just watching me design like how you did today. So you'll actually be walking through all of the steps as we go. So it is a smaller group because I want to make sure that everybody can do their homework and their action steps in between sessions to help with your progress. Now, I can't guarantee progress without you doing your end of the bargain, okay? So again, holiday sports, seasonal demand. That's why we're focused on this Q4. There's going to be community support, accountability to stay on track, and you can get immediate feedback on your designs and listing inside of the group. So at the end of the 4 weeks, real quick, like I said, I want to have y'all active by Q4. Q4 starts in October. So by the end of the 4 weeks, all September, you'll have a completed product lineup, a store that's live and ready for sales, and skills to repeat the process for new products year round. So once you learn these skills, it actually does not stop. You can apply all of this for products all year round. So you're going to be building your confidence to create, sell, and profit without wasting time or outsourcing. So the price, the original price is $497 one time. However, if you sign up today by going to bootcamp.designingmadeeasy.com, bootcamp.designingmadeeasy.com, bootcamp.designingmadeeasy.com. You can go in here, scroll down, put in the coupon code dollars with an S, because we want dollars 60, and apply. You will save 60% until tomorrow at 11:59. So you got just over 24 hours. But if you pay the full price, you will get the fully loaded six-figure design plug and play USB. So that's loaded with over 5,000 graphics, 500 fonts, and over 300 templates. And I'm actually going to add this design to that template, to that USB, as well as the graphics and the fonts. If you want to do a weekly pay option, if you don't get in with the discounted prices, it's going to be $125 per week. But if you do the coupon and get in, you can see that it's just $50 per week today, and then every week for 3 weeks after today. Now, if you're more of a every 2 week type of person, it'll be normally two payments of $250, but with this coupon code, it's going to be $100 today, and then in 2 weeks, another $100. Okay? So the price is going to go up after tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay? So make sure if you're interested, signing up for Designs to Dollars Bootcamp starting September 9th. It's going to take you literally from design idea all the way up to selling the design or the printed designs. Setting up your pricing. We might actually get to running a couple ads and everything. So you can get your system set up in 4 weeks. It's going to be intense. So be ready. We meet 2 times a week. Bootcamp.designingmadeeasy.com. Don't get caught at the $497 price or the $500 price. And if you pay in full, you get that six-figure design plug and play USB, and that itself is normally $297. And if you get it today, you're actually paying less than the price of the USB and less than the price of the actual course. So that's a win-win. But you have to pay in full to get that. But there are other payment options as well if you can wing that full price today. But that's it. So if you enjoyed the training, if you like my teaching style, you're going to love the boot camp. because I actually break it down into smaller steps. It's not one long tutorial like today. It's broken down in bite-sized pieces or shorter videos so that you can get more accomplished and you can find if you need to refer back to a specific step, you can find it easily. All right. So again, bootcamp.designingmadeeasy.com, bootcamp.designingmadeeasy.com, bootcamp.designingmadeeasy.com. And go ahead and put your questions in the chat, or you can also DM me, because I don't see all the comments right now. I have too many devices going on. So just DM me or comment and let me know if you're interested, or you can go directly to that link. Discount code is dollars again, $60, $60. Click apply so that you can save 60% until tomorrow. So I will see y'all on the next call, and I hope to see you all in the boot camp starting on September 9th. Enjoy